Hi all, and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and our monthly hooks and needles review video for you. Today we are talking box 10 of the hooks and needles crochet boxes. This video is also my May 2025 review video for hooks and needles. This video is going to be in 4 parts. Part 1 is going to be talking who is hooks and needles and what is their crochet box. Part 2 is going to be talking about the projects themselves. Part 3 is pros, cons, and user error. And then part 4 is going to be final thoughts and sign off. Timestamps are on the screen for you in the description box and as chapters in the video. So if you already know about hooks and needles, you already know what came in this box and you just want to see my thoughts on the reviews or my thoughts on the projects, feel free to click over to that section. And yeah, that's what the timestamps are for. So before we get started, I do want to say hello everybody. Hello new subscribers, OGs, anyone in between. Hello to the people who like to comment in my comment section, chatting away. You are all appreciated. Hello to the people who've clicked on this video for the first time, and to anyone else who happens to be watching this video. You are all so very much appreciated. Yeah, let's just get into part 1. Who is hooks and needles? What is the crochet box? And I forgot to say this a few seconds ago, a couple minutes ago, who knows, what came in this month's box. Or I think it might be better to say what came in last month's box, because this is the May box. The May box came in really late, and I do a 2-week working period before I do the review so that I can test the patterns, test the projects to see what I like, see what I don't like. So anyway, who is Hooks and Needles? Hooks and Needles is a subscription box company. They provide 3 boxes, I believe. They have their crochet box, they have their knit box, and they have their amigurumi box too, I believe. Yeah, I probably butchered amigurumi, but they've got those 3 boxes, and you can also get like a crochet and knit box together. Pricing for the crochet box, because that is what we're talking about, is $35.97 a month. And they have changed their website a little bit. So there's no more like, ooh, act now, save this money. The little ticker thing is gone. And it looks like they've just kind of telling you what you get in the box for $35.97. Well, that makes me happy. Sorry, I'm like looking through the website as I'm talking. So there is still the whole offer ends now, blah, 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 get a free gift with your subscription thing. It's just a little further into the website. So it's $35.97. It looks like they're at $6 in shipping. And when you sign up, you always get a free gift for life, right? So there's always like bonus items in your box. Depending on when you sign up, that bonus item can change. But once you get into the box, the bonus items stay pretty consistent because they build the items into the little crochet booklet that you get when you get this box. I talk about them being numbered boxes, like this is box 10, And that is because everyone who starts Hooks and Needles starts with box 1, kind of like their introduction to Hooks and Needles, and then the next month they get box 2, and then box 3, and so on and so forth. So it's like a pre-planned consecutive order that you get these boxes in. So it does not matter when you sign up for Hooks and Needles. You will always start with the first box, and you will have to wait 10 months to get to the box that we are talking about now. Now that I've been with Hooks and Needles for 10 boxes, I can also tell you that they are tweaking their boxes a little bit. So what I do talk about in these videos may not be 100% accurate to what you may get in the boxes, but from feedback that I've been seeing on my comment section, it seems like it's only really box 1 that has changed, but everything else seems to be basically the same. You might see different colored yarns depending on what they have available when they're building their boxes. The looks of the projects might be different. And online they say you have access to free digital content. I have not come across any free digital content for me, free video tutorials yet. I'm sure they're in there, but if the little, if they're not easily accessible, I don't go searching for them. So yeah, that is what Hooks and Needles is. And what the crochet box is. Let's take a look at what came inside of the box. So if you want to see my initial reactions and everything in its like pristine condition, here's a link to my unboxing video from 2 weeks ago. But if you want like a little quick overview, that is what we're going to do right now. As I work on these projects, as everything comes together, I put it all back into the box so I can come back and talk to you about them all kind of together in the box. So there's a few different things in here that don't belong. Like this doesn't belong, but we're going to talk about it with the projects. This is all of the yarn that I have left from these projects. I've got the most of this Dusty Rose mauvey color. I've got like a little bundle of this blue, these little scraps that ended up inside of here. And then there was a cream color that came as well. The yarn this month was made in Italy, 50 grams of Merino Majesty. It's 100% extra fine merino wool. And then when I open up the book, I'll tell you what colors they came in, but they were all the exact same. They are all merino wool, 100% extra fine wool from Italy. We also got this little crochet booklet. It tells you your 3 projects that you get, and then it also shows you what your bundle value is, what came inside. Knitting for some reason with a couple of crochet hooks shoved in. The sample photos are always very interesting. And then the projects, we'll talk about the projects in the next part, but the projects are in here along with their patterns and then some fun kind of things. And then their bonus tip or their bonus project this month is a macrame feather wall hanging, which I didn't even attempt. I could have. I had a little bit of time, but I didn't. And then we had our bonus items this month. We have yarn information tags, so you can add these to your leftover yarn so you can remember what it is, how much you have left, all that good stuff. And we also got this hook case, which I've been testing out. So this hook case was pretty straightforward. It has French writing on it, right? It's a French design, right? Pretty cute design, really. On the back, I don't want to lose any of my hooks. So it's a pretty cute little design. On the back, the colors are really pretty. And then this is how the hooks are sitting right now. This one is a little too fat for here, So it should really sit on the edge with these guys here. For the most part, they're fairly secure, but my wooden hooks on the edges do have a problem. I have organized them from smallest to biggest, with the really chunky ones on the, like the chunky handled ones on the edge. And the really small ones, I put a bunch together. And then of course the larger ones are on their own. I'm missing a couple in here because these are the ones I've been working with on some of the recent projects. But so far, it seems to be holding together quite well. You can just roll it up and then you can tie it. And tie it, and then you have it kind of hanging out. So it's not terrible. It's pretty cool for what it is. And so far the hooks are secure enough that they don't fall out. So yeah, and it holds a decent number really when you look at it. All right, like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 in here right now, plus the 3 that I'm missing, so 22, right? And you can hold more too in some of these, so, and it easily closes up, so pretty cool. So that is what came in the box. 3 skeins of yarn, this little booklet, the crochet hook case, that's our bonus item, and the yarn tags. Let's get on to part 2 and looking at the projects themselves. So in this subscription, you get 3 different projects. You get what they call a beginner project, which was an eyeglass case. So you get a beginner project, which was the eyeglass case. Oh, here are the colors: pink, blue, and cream with their numbers. So project 1 is a glasses pouch. Project 2 was a color block cushion cover, and they called it intermediate. And then project 3 is this twisty cowl, and it's their advanced project. I made the cowl, I made the glasses pouch, and I kind of did a version of this color block cushion cover for you to kind of see what the stitches and the layout kind of looked like. So let's talk the glasses pouch first. So here it is. Right, they wanted the blue and the cream. So here's the front. Here's the back. It's 5 hexagons sewn together. If you hear the lawnmower, that is my husband mowing the lawn. I am not going to close the windows, so we just have that. It holds like flat glasses. It does not hold like puffy big glasses, but like these are blue light blocking glasses, right? That I don't know. I don't think blue light is really an issue to worry about, but they help me sometimes when I have headaches and I'm editing. So we've got the glasses, and then right, this just closes up. And I thought that I had finished this project up completely, but when I went to grab it just now to film, I realized I forgot to add a button. But you would have your button sit right here. So it looks like this with glasses inside. I don't know how useful yarn is to make a glasses case, because like this yarn doesn't like leave any, like a lot of fuzzies or any fuzzies, but it's just kind of weird to me that you would have something that has like fibers in it that could like leave something on your glasses. But that's how it looks, and that's how it comes together. It came together pretty fast. It was just 5 hexagons with 1 color change. and then stitching them together worked really nicely. The pattern itself was really good. It walked you through quite well, and I don't believe I had any projects with it. It took me, or problems with it. I think it took me like a day and a half to make it, which really isn't too terrible. So that's project 1. Now project 2, as we discussed, is this cushion cover, and I had zero intention of actually making a cushion cover, but they do have two different techniques of making the stitches to give it a little bit of interest, and I wanted to experiment with that, which is why we've got these here. These are 2 cotton yarns that we got in a previous box from, I want to say, February or March. And then this is just cotton that I picked up at Dollar Tree. The colors are very similar to the colors that we're working on this month, right? We've got like a blue, we've got a cream, and we've got a pink. So I thought it was a pretty good substitution to make the second project. So I made a dishcloth. You can see it's kind of wonky. It's not straight. The stitch count got slightly off, but the pattern also kind of looks a little wonky when you're working it. So I didn't think that it was like too far off with how I was working it, but I also didn't care that much because it's just a dishcloth and it's just to show technique. So there are 2 different stitches in here, or 2 different versions of stitches in here. So the pink and the blue are both just regular double crochets, and the white or cream in the middle is a back loop only and then front loop only crochet stitch. So you get stripes in it, like you get these fun like kind of stripy lines running through it. So you start with, I think you start with the pink and you end in the blue, or do you start with the blue and end in the pink? 14,393. All right, so you start with the pink and you end in the blue. So this is how it came together. Somewhere along the lines I started decreasing in stitches. I think I went back and fixed it a couple of times, but then I just gave up. I cannot make a straight square dishcloth to save my soul, it seems like, but this is how it turned out. You've got like your subtle striping in the center, you've got your pink on the bottom, your blue on the top, and it's just very simple and very straightforward. I think the key with it being intermediate is that you make like a large square and then you make your backing pieces and then you sew them all together. But I wouldn't have had enough yarn to make all of the projects if I had done that. And like I said in my unboxing video, and I say now, I am not attached enough to that middle project to be able to want to make an entire pillow out of it. But you do have like fun variation a bit in the stitches, and yeah, so I'm not sure how, well, yeah, because you're making a pillow cover, that's how it is an intermediate project. Now project 3 is a little bit more interesting in that you're making a cowl, a twisty cowl, and you do 3 different stitches for the 3 different colors, and I thought that was pretty cool. Your first stitch was a crossover stitch. They call it a cross stitch, and you end up making little X's with it. So I don't know if it matters, but you can kind of see on here the crossover, right? So you go, you skip over and then you go back and you go like this. Wonder if it's easier on this side. So yeah, the first one is crossover stitches. The second one are V stitches, which are also very fun and very pretty. And then the third one is double crochet clusters, I believe. Yeah, double crochet clusters are the third one. And then they want you to put it together. Now they gave us a gauge on this. 12 stitches and 8 rows equals 4 inches. And so when I was working on it with the pink, that 12 rows of cross stitch equals 4 inches. So when I was working on this cross stitch one, 12 rows did equal 4 inches. So I didn't have a problem with it. So I made it. But then when I did the cream, you can kind of see it bowls out, and I made sure to keep everything pretty consistent. So I don't know why the cream bowls out a little bit, but if you look at their sample photos, I wonder if it shows it. They don't really show the pink and the cream together as like a whole thing. They show you how to build the cream and then they switch over to the blue. But when you're looking at the blue, you can see that like the blue starts to come in and it starts to shrink on you. And then even on this page, you can kind of see how like even in their sample photo, the blue comes in and it's not sitting well. Like something happened here that they didn't fix. And I thought that was weird, so I tried to stay consistent. But when I was making mine, and I paid really close attention, you can see still, like it's still kind of bowled in. I've got these two weird little gaps here too, and I don't know what happened. Like I don't know how that happened. Like the pink is fine. There's no issues with the pink. Right, the pink kind of sits together. It's a little wonky, but it's not too bad. The white bumps out and then the blue comes in together. The blue is also a little bit longer than it needed to be, and that's because I decided I was just going to use up what I had left of the blue. So when I did all three of them, they wanted it to be 22 inches long. It ended up being 20 inches. And to put that around my neck, I couldn't get it around my neck. I couldn't get it to feel comfortable, like at all. So I took my cream and I made another cream row like this here. They're the V stitches again. They don't bowl out or anything like that. And I made it this way so that I could make it a little bit longer than needed. So it came to 20 inches, right? And when you hit 2 inches, it still wasn't long enough. So then when I added this on, now it fits around my neck kind of once and has a little bit of a fall on it, a little bit of a drape. Here's a photo of it on my mannequin to give you an idea on sizing. But I think that their dimensions for this specific pattern are wrong. Like when you look at the sample photo, like this looks really loose, and I don't know how 22 inches makes that really loose. Like that, like this is 20 inches when you bring, or 22 inches when you bring it around, right? That seems like not a whole lot of like give to have it like hanging nicely around your neck. So I don't know. I don't know how they got the picture. I don't know where they got 22 inches from. I don't know how anything like that worked out, but now I have a cowl. They wanted you to do the twist. I did the twist, and I had to add an extra panel to make it fit around my neck. So yeah, those are the 3 projects. Like, it's into part 3, pros, cons, and user error. So pro, I have a working eyeglass holding case thing. Pro, I learned some new stitches. We've done the double crochet cluster before. I believe we've done V-stitches before, but this cross stitch is new to me. This back loop, front loop, rib making is also a new stitch, so that's kind of fun. And the colors are nice, and I really liked working with this merino wool. It's really, really soft. It splits like a little bit when you're working with it, but not enough to really complain about. Like, it came together pretty nicely. And I really like the hooks case, but those are bonus items, so they don't really factor in usually into my overall review of the box. Cons. There wasn't really a standout project this month. Say hello to Junior. If you were hoping or worrying that he wasn't going to make his grand appearance, here he is. Little baby cat. We'll just leave him because we're not really looking at anything just yet. I've lost my train of thought. Cons. None of these are standout projects. None of these are things that I'm like, ooh, yes, I'm going to make that again. I'm really excited to make that again. I do like the technique. I feel like that's my wrap up. I do like the techniques on these, but I don't know how well crocheted sunglass holder or glasses cases really work. Also, like, there's holes and stuff, so you can't like throw this into your purse and hope that nothing really smashes into it. I don't like the pattern at all for this cowl. I think they were short-sighted in the size of the project that they had. I don't like the way that the pattern is written, and it shows you that even they were having problems stitching it together when they made it. I don't like yeah, I don't like the cowl at all, really. I don't like how small it is. And I don't really see the point in making a cushion cover, especially since cushions could be such different sizing. So if you like don't have a form that fits that cushion, like, what are you going to do with it? Right? Like, I don't mind it as a dishcloth, but that's not what they wanted you to make with it, right? They wanted it to be a cushion cover. So the projects this month just did not interest me. The pattern for the cowl seemed off, and the only redeeming grace really is the new stitches. Is he missing fur on his face? User error. Sorry. My dishcloth isn't square. Don't know how it happened. Don't really care. But the dishcloth is not square, but it's going to work just fine as a dishcloth. My edges on my cowl are a bit wonky. They don't line up as nicely as they could, but if you were wearing it, and like if you liked it enough and you were wearing it, you probably wouldn't really notice. If I were ever to make something like that to sell, I would be more careful with my edges and making sure everything lines up. I even counted partway through when I was noticing that they weren't lining up, and the stitch count was fine. So I'm not sure what is going on with that. But yeah, I really like the pattern. I think they were short-sighted in the size of the project that they had. I don't like the way that the pattern is written. it shows you that even they were having problems stitching it together when they made it. And I don't like the way that the pattern is written. And the only And I can't think of any other user error. Really, only one project came out perfect, and that was the sunglass case. So let's just get into part 4, final thoughts and sign off. So this has been a disappointing box for me. I liked the yarn. I liked the feel of the yarn. I liked the colors of the yarn. I liked some of the new stitch techniques and stuff that we did. I liked the hook holder. So like taken at like face value, it's all pretty nice. I don't like the projects in and of themselves. I really didn't like the patterns in and of themselves, except for the first one, because I could see making these like little flower hexagons again. They were fun. So yeah, I'm gonna move the baby cat so that you can see what the projects look like one more time as we continue with our final sentences. So yeah, I don't know. All in all, I think this month was a bit of a bust. But what do you think? Do you like these projects? Did you make these projects? Have you gotten this box before? How do you like my interpretation of the cushion cover, so you can get like an idea of how the pattern sits and the pattern comes together? Like, I kind of like it. I think I'm gonna do like these ridges again. And I really like the 3 stitches that I learned in here. Like, I like just having the V-stitch on its own. I liked having the cluster stitch, and I really like this like cross stitch kind of creation. I really like the texture that it created. But yeah, like there's pros and cons to every one of these boxes, and I'm usually pretty wishy-washy about whether or not I think the box is like worth it, whether or not I enjoyed the projects, that sort of thing. And in this box, I don't know. I don't find the value in it. Like, you can find different things always. I do want to say, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but if you are interested in any of the patterns that you see discussed on the Hooks and Needles review videos or the unboxings or whatever, a lot of these patterns are now available to buy on their own. You don't have to get the box. If you see something that you really enjoy that you think you might want to try making, you can head over to their Hooks and Needles website and buy them. I'm on the website right now, so I'm just going to take a quick look and see how much, if these patterns are available and how much they are. If you saw Friday's video, you know that I talked about a free pattern that I picked up from Hooks and Needles. I'm going to stop saying Hooks and Needles, but those patterns from Friday, they're all $5.97. And these patterns here, the cushion cover is $5.97. The bandana from last month is $5.97. The tulip bag from a couple of months ago is $5.97. That's it for now. Those are the ones that I've seen, that I've made. So yeah, I guess right now, if you want to try out the cushion cover, it's available. And the tulip makeup bag is available, and the bandana is available. And then the 4 patterns I talked about last month or last week were available too. So yeah, I'm babbling now. I haven't babbled like this in a while. So what do we have coming up? Wednesday is supposed to be a Sewers Club unboxing video. I had the confirmation that the Sewers Club box arrived on Saturday. It's Sunday evening that I'm filming this, but I had confirmation that the Sewers Club box arrived on Saturday. It is not here. It has not been delivered to my front door. I creeped on the mailman in our security cameras, and he did not deliver it to my neighbors next to me, nor the neighbors next to him, nor the neighbors across the street from me. So I don't know where that box is, and I'm going to have to put in a thing with the post office saying that you said it was delivered and it's not delivered. And then I'm going to have to contact Sewers Club to let them know that my box wasn't delivered. So I have absolutely no idea when my Sewers Club project unboxing video is going to be. I have a backup video for Wednesday, so you will still get something sewing related, but I'm kind of annoyed that my box is missing and officially in the ether. And then Friday will be our Mary Maxim crochet review video, Crochet Club of the Month project review. The week after that, who knows, everything is up in the air, besides knowing that there's going to be a quilt update video in the middle of the week. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned, subscribe, come hang out with me then. Like this video if you've made it to the end. Like the video if you kind of liked my breakdown on these patterns, or you've got this box yourself, or anything along those lines. And I am going to go. So with all that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon.